So, welcome. This is Studio C, the listening room. I'm Michael Snyder-Barker.
Hey, and I'm Andy Schiller.
And we're here with our special guest, Emily Slomovitz.
You did it.
Round of applause.
Okay, yeah.
Emily Slomovitz.
Yeah,
thank you for joining us.
thank you for having me.
Yeah,
The Slomovitz name seems to be pretty famous. I know a couple famous guys in the band Gemini. And
there are a few of them. Yeah, they.
So they're sometimes
also
known
know
as,
those guys.
They're sometimes known as Gemily.
It's
Gemily.
True. It's true. That I don't remember when that started, but Grace Moran from the Chenille Sisters, we were backstage at some sort of event together at the Arc, and she said, "You need a name for when it's all three of you, and Gemini plus Emily is Gemily." And
there you go.
I don't know what we would have.
It beats M and I.
You know what?
But
Yeah.
M&I is better than M&M.
Maybe.
I mean,
It's been taken.
Yep.
I know.
But
Well, Emily, I do remember when I first met you. It was at the Brood Awakenings open mic, probably about 10, 11, 12 years ago.
it was a while ago.
Maybe even 13. No, probably about 12 years ago.
My dad takes meticulous records of everything, and I bet he could tell us
The exact date.
the exact date, but
That's wild.
I don't. Yeah, he has a whole.
But I sat and talked with you and your dad
Yeah.
at a table while everybody else was playing and we weren't listening.
Yikes.
But then I've seen you sporadically, mostly at the Holler Fest.
Yep.
Most primarily out there. And you've been going probably all your life.
A long, long time. I was trying to remember when the first Hollerfest I went to was. I wasn't ever there when Ken was alive.
Oh, I see.
But
Yeah, neither have I been. But I've only been going out there maybe 10 years, minus the lost years.
well, yes, right.
I call them the lost
They
years.
are. I mean, that's accurate.
Hollerfest. I haven't been there, but I've seen lots of videos of like Billy King playing, and it sounds great. And it looks like a nice location.
I wonder why Billy King would be there.
He has something to do with
knows
it.
the owners.
He knows the owners, right?
That's all who you know.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Isn't he one of the owners?
Yes.
I thought so. I thought it was more than just his mom.
Yeah. I think
Okay.
they all kind of.
Great group of folks. But tell us about your journey. How'd you start?
Oh man. Well,
Before you can remember, your dad put a.
I mean, I do think that there's a certain amount of kismet to just. I mean, there was music all around in my house growing up. My uncle lives very close by, and so they would be at our house rehearsing.
I don't remember. Is Sandor your dad or your uncle?
Sandor's my dad.
Then the uncle is
Laszlo.
Laszlo.
Yes.
All right.
Yep. Basically the John and Tom of Hungarian names, pretty much.
Oh.
Yep.
Right.
But not ones that you hear here very often.
No, you also went to school for music, or
Sort
theater.
of. So yeah, I by the time I got to college, I was pretty clear that I didn't want to just be a classical violinist.
Yeah.
Although I love playing classical music, but that wasn't the path. And so I was trying to figure out what else I could do that was maybe more employable than than music.
It's probably better to make that discovery early than to make it when you're 37.
You know, I tried, but I don't really use my degree very much ever, so whatever that means. But
But you have the discipline of being able to earn a degree.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Despite my ADHD, I managed to make it through college. No, I studied. My thought process was, okay, you could teach or be a translator for German, because I had learned German from a young age.
Okay.
and so I studied German, and then musical theater was my minor, and I used my minor way more than my major, but that's how it goes. And since then, I feel like I've just been so lucky to be able to mostly make a living on music and teaching music and doing theater. So,
where do you teach?
I teach out of my house, private lessons. Technically, I'm also sort of employed by Steve Oz at Oz's Music. I used to teach out of their space, and they still bring me students every once in a while.
So what I hear you saying in a very humble way is you made it in music.
I mean, I feel pretty, it's not like I'm making the big bucks, you know, but...
But you're making it.
I know that we all have to wear a lot of hats, and so, you know, it
I do wear lots of them.
Lots of them, yeah. I almost wore an actual hat this morning, and I was trying to figure out what to do with this insanity over here, and I opted for the clip. I don't know how it looks, but we're rolling with it.
To everyone listening to the podcast on the podcast networks, they can't tell.
You don't know.
No, because people listen too.
Yeah. It's great.
So,
it's awesome.
Andy has some history with Oz as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I taught for Mr. Oz for several years until the pandemic came and we had to stop.
Yep.
And that's okay, because I teach here now in Tecumseh at my studio, and I don't drive to Ann Arbor anymore.
Yeah.
I've kind of changed my lifestyle to where I ride my bike to my office a lot.
Sometimes walk.
Yeah. You know, and sometimes I drive my car.
You know.
But I try to ride my bike as much as I can. And then sometimes I ride my bike here and then I walk home or whatever.
Right.
But it's just kind of nice not to have to drive to Ann Arbor.
Yes.
I drive to Ann Arbor for work. Yeah, I'm at Huron Valley Consultation Center.
Okay.
Yeah, great place to be.
Yeah.
I'm currently the acting director. I'm not really, I'm just acting.
I mean...
Like a director.
That...
I think it's just goofy to say it like that. But anyways, you were talking about your life with music and...
Tell us more about kids' music.
Well, I mean, I come by that honestly. My dad and Lass basically, I mean, they started out as musicians playing for adults, and they still do quite a bit of that. I think that's a I don't want to say common misconception because it makes it sound like everyone's talking about it, but
well, they are.
But
they're world famous.
I mean,
they're Michigan famous.
That I will say that's accurate. Yes,
we've had some Michigan famous people on here.
Yeah,
like Mike Gentry and
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I saw that Judy was on here.
Yep. Probably a lot of people you know, and a lot of people you can get to know from the podcast.
Exactly. That's awesome. Yeah.
And so, you don't play a whole lot of children's music. I'm really interested in your classical music. Yeah,
so, you know, I grew up with the folk music and my dad playing kids music mostly, but we had a neighbor, Ann Ogren, who played in the Ann Arbor Symphony, and she would teach out of her house, and she would have the windows open in the summer. So I would just be hearing violin music all the time. And my uncle Lass also plays the fiddle. And so apparently, I don't remember this, but when I was 7, we were walking by her house, Ann Ogren's house, and I said, I want to do that. And my parents said, okay, and they steered me toward her door, and the rest was history. And so, I studied classically for about 10 years.
Well, when it's time to play music, I'd love to hear the two of you play a classical piece together.
Oh, all right.
Put me on the spot. Okay.
Heck yeah, let's do it.
I know some Bach.
I also know some Bach.
There we go.
Well, now that we're talking about it, I'm going to be the audience to hear your song.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, you'd probably use this, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he'd use his classical guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll decide on a piece in a bit, but First, I want to hear more about your recordings and where you're going to be playing soon.
Let's see. I definitely knew you were going to ask me this and still didn't think about it.
So this is going to be on next Sunday.
Okay.
So anything after next Sunday.
Right.
Nothing this week.
Yeah. That's good because I only have one thing this week anyway. I know on September 27th, my dad and Lass and I, plus Mad Cat Ruth and Mike Morrison on drums, are gonna be at the Flint. No, we're not. That's wrong. We're somewhere.
Right.
I'll find out.
You know, and Andy could actually put the...
We'll just put it in the description below, okay? So scroll down,
amazing.
everybody, and you'll see
It's gonna be a great...
On the 27th.
the date and time of
it
this
might
show
actually
right
be
here. See? Down there.
It might right there. It might be in. It might actually be in Celine. I'm making this up. Anyway, I'm excited about it.
You've played a lot of places.
And then I know Billy and I and Jeremy Segrist and Anna Snowink are playing at Barry Lonnick's barn.
Okay.
Also on the 27th because I'm crazy.
I have yet to be
2
to
gigs on the
Barry's.
same day?
Yup, it's
I have
fine.
yet to be to Barry's barn.
Yeah, it's fun.
you
It's a
can go
sweet.
sometime.
It's a sweet little operation.
I'm reminded every year at the Howler Fest when I
Yep.
see him.
Yep. Yeah, and I guess that will be sort of a rock. Billy's gonna have his rock band situation going on. He's asked me to play bass.
Oh,
I don't know how I feel about that, but
you can play an upright, like a full...
yeah, that is for sure. I don't know if you can tell, but I have tiny hands. That's not gonna go well. No, I have a U bass, a bass ukulele.
Oh, yeah, those are nice.
A Buke.
A Buke. I just got it, and I'm very excited about it.
I had one for a while, but then I gave it to my kid's partner.
Yeah, it's not something that I ever would have thought that I would. Me play the bass? No.
Well, the
but
strings are so weird because they're like this rubbery.
yeah, it is. It's been a learning curve, for sure.
And I was so inexperienced when I got it that I was intimidated.
Well, yeah, I've played a little bit on one of Billy's electrics before, but never for a show until we just did on the tracks, and I played a few things on
On the bass?
the bass, and that was
Nice.
fun.
How'd that go?
But it was okay. I definitely don't know my way around it nearly as well as I would like to yet, and I'm still in the process of getting more comfortable with the play and sing at the same time with the bass
Like
thing,
Sting.
because that's not
And Paul.
something.
Yeah, and Geddy Lee.
Paul, yeah, I mean.
But from what most bass players I've known have a difficult time combining the two.
Billy has talked about that, and I mean, he can do pretty much whatever
He's
sets
Billy.
his mind to, but he played when my dad and I played on the main stage at Hollerfest this year. He played bass for us, and
Nice.
and he was like, I haven't ever had to sing these songs and play the bass at the same time. And it's a whole new challenge, but of course he's Billy, so it
Right.
worked out perfectly, and
Right.
I think at some point I'll get to that point maybe.
Yeah, maybe by the time he turned 32.
Yeah, I have a few months for that.
So, did you bring a CD for our Wall of Fame?
I did. It's in there.
Okay.
But
Oh,
yes.
very cool.
All right.
I did.
Yeah, we're slowly moving people off that haven't been here, and having people that we've interviewed.
Yeah.
Tell us
awesome.
about your recordings.
Well, there have not been many, but my dad and I made a CD in 2013 that was mostly covers and then a few things that my dad had written.
does.
And with our wonderful friend Brian Brill, he mixed it and put it all together and also played keys on it. Honestly, at some point, I want to release some more recent things because I feel like I don't sound like that anymore. But
well, we evolve or devolve depending.
Well, exactly. I would like to think, hopefully, that I've evolved. But I was still very new in my guitar playing at that point. I was still pretty. I hadn't done much recording up to that point, and so just the idea of recording was like
So,
but
from the violin to the guitar, how much of a stretch was that, and the transition?
It was, I think so. The story about that, my dad plays guitar, and so of course I grew up with it, but I had never played it until I was 17, and I was playing in a chamber music festival, and we were rehearsing all week and just insane amounts of hours of playing classical music and trying to sound like I had a full-size violin over 4 other people in a quintet. And I sort of wrenched my shoulder. I was like, I was sort of reaching around, I don't know what, but something happened. And I had to do physical therapy and basically not play violin for any long periods of time for a few months, which was, not
been hard.
It was not something that I was prepared for at all.
Yeah.
And this had been kind of my primary instrument up to that point.
It's a pretty violin.
Oh yeah, this wasn't actually the instrument. This is a newer instrument. But during that time, I found that the way that my shoulder was feeling to actually play guitar was comfortable and didn't hurt it.
Good. And
so my dad started teaching me some chords and little, picking patterns, and just and I got kind of excited about doing the play guitar, accompany myself singing, because that wasn't something I'd ever really done with the violin, and so it was nice to be able to do both and have something to play while singing, and that was that.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Sounds like a breakthrough.
It was. It really was. Yeah.
My transition was from drums to guitar was interesting.
Yeah.
I had the rhythm down.
Right. Exactly. I mean, that's
And Andy taught me the chords.
Yeah. It's. I think it was interesting because I had a student once who had come from piano to guitar, and he immediately assumed that like his way into the guitar before we even started was thinking that each string was like each key of the piano, and it was fascinating to have to sort of go, great idea. I gotta, applaud your enthusiasm and be excited that you're excited about guitar, and also I'm sorry I have to completely destroy that point of view.
Let's just retune our guitar to half steps instead of fourths, and then that'll make sense.
No, oh no! But it was such a funny teacher moment, because I think we were on Zoom, and I think he might have thought my screen had frozen because I had a moment of like, oh, that's where you're coming from. That is so cool. And also, I don't know how to explain to you why that doesn't work because you're 8. No, it worked out.
It must have been really hard to teach littles on Zoom.
If honestly, the only part of it, I mean, yes, it was very strange and new and I had to get used to it. One of the only parts of it I think that was the weirdest was actually mostly for my violin students, being able to set them up with the right way to hold everything without being able to physically be like, and this is where your pinky goes. And I was like trying to, and it's a 5-year-old, and I'm like,
oh man,
you know, and their parents were always involved, which was lovely.
Yeah.
But so mostly it was just, okay, we're not in the same space.
Yeah.
I can't sort of show you how to do the thing and then also help you do the thing at the same time, you know. So that was mostly
I don't know if Andy can relate.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's always that. So you have to work on something else. Like it's impossible to play together.
I know.
Or to count along. Like
I know.
when someone plays, I want to go and 3 and 4 and now.
Right, and then it's always a delay.
It's never
like,
at the right time.
No.
So
yeah.
Although they hear it in the time they hear it.
Right.
So for them it would be right, but for you it would be delayed.
You know, I had one lesson where we figured out the exact amount of time of delay. Like I said, okay, now clap with me. Ready, set, go.
Yeah.
And I like literally figured out that it was 0.5 seconds or something. And so for the rest of the lesson, I just played half a second behind.
Yep.
Or ahead, I guess.
That takes some skill.
Yeah. I definitely have done the thing where, you know, they'll mute themselves and play along with me so that they can hear me, but I can't hear them and it doesn't distort and cut off and everything. But I do enjoy being able to be in the same room with my students. I'm trying to teach somebody how to do vibrato on the violin right now over Zoom. And that's a whole thing.
Yeah, sometimes when I've done some counseling online, the lag is sometimes great.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, and that's frustrating because then I want to say something.
Right, but then there's still
there's silence, and then they start talking, and then here comes my voice.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just terrible.
There was a whole learning curve of, okay, if you can't hear me or I can't hear you, that means that one of us needs to turn on original sound or both of us needs to and you know, who's doing what, we don't know, and usually it's young kids, and I'm like, to go to the 3 dots in the corner and figure out where you're going. I recently had to give one of my students, so I often will teach vibrato by giving them like an egg shaker, and then they have to sort of get the feeling of both holding something in their palm so that they're not doing like a
pancake hand.
A pancake hand. My teacher used to call it a pizza hand. Same principle.
I'd rather have a pizza.
I mean, me too. Yeah. That sounds good. Okay, I know what I'm having for lunch. Anyway,
Basil Boys downtown makes some great pizza.
Technically, my family is having a get-together. So there will be food that will not be pizza, and I have to go be a good family member and eat the other food. I don't know what it is. It'll be great though. But yeah, it's been fun to, but then also I'm trying to have him make the same rhythm that I'm making with the egg shaker, but that doesn't work on Zoom. And then I'm trying to show him, you know, this is what this finger is doing. And it's just, I can't like reach through the screen and be like, and this way, you know. So it's, but also that was my main source of income for, you know, almost 3 years. So if I hadn't been able to teach on Zoom, I don't know what I would have just, you know, my dad and I did little Facebook Live concerts and whatever, but we weren't making money from that usually, and you know, so it was
tough.
Great.
You know, doing counseling on Zoom has gotten better.
I'm sure,
But at the very beginning, it was a learning curve for me
Yeah.
and the other folks.
Sure.
So talk about frustration, anxiety.
Yeah. But also, if that's the only way you can do it, then I'd rather be able to do it that way than anything. A high school in the area in 2020 asked me to do a Zoom choir class, and I was like, interesting. And I was like looking at all that software that costs thousands of dollars or whatever. That
and you took on the challenge.
And what I ended up turning it into was like masterclass type of thing, where everyone we would warm up together with all of them being on mute, and I would play the piano and sing the warm up stuff, and they would be muted so they could hear me, and then they would individually sing their songs, and we would give feedback and talk about vocal technique and stuff. But everyone was on. Yeah. And it was you make the best of it.
Yeah, my brother taught some classes online for college classes.
Yeah.
It took him a while to get it.
It was
That's one of the frustrating things about lessons, but it sounds like that most of it's really rewarding for you. So you're doing it full time. And let me ask you this: what's the best student you've had? I mean, how far did they go? Did they go to music college, or did they?
I know that so one of the things is that I haven't been teaching quite long enough to sort of necessarily take someone all the way through, but
they've achieved things in high school.
Well, and there have been a couple of students that have gotten to the point where I'm, especially on guitar, because guitar is not my first instrument, where I'm forced to learn new things in order to sort of stay ahead of them in some way, and then share with them. So one of my students, I learned how to do the fingerstyle version of Here Comes the Sun, because one of my students was like, I want to learn Here Comes the Sun, and I was like, you're too good to just like strum it, so let's do it, and I'll do it too,
step.
Right, and now I know how to do that, and
that's the thing I liked about teaching too, is you learn so much.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, and it's what I love about it is there are so many things that I learned a certain way, or just because of the environment that I grew up in, and then I have to then take my knowledge but make it accessible to someone who doesn't have, like I explained what an octave was to somebody the other day, and it was like, oh, everybody doesn't just know that.
Right.
And of course I know that, but it's still cool to then have to sort of take my knowledge and say, okay, here's how I'm gonna say it to someone who has no musical vocabulary to sort of back that up with. And it was cool to see the little light bulb go off. I was teaching someone how to read music, and they were like, okay, so what's an octave? And it's like, okay, great. Let me geek out about this for a minute. I'm so excited. I could talk about chords and why certain notes make up a chord for hours, So here we go. Let's explain it.
But we have to learn how to say a lot of the same things in a variety of different ways.
Exactly. There are people who learn completely differently.
Yeah.
I have people who learn exclusively by ear. I have people who have to see it written out on the page. And I'm teaching one of my exclusively by ear students to read music right now, and just the idea of, okay, you know all of this stuff because you've heard all of it, but you have no idea what it looks like. Okay, here we go. This is what a G note looks like. This is why it looks like that. This is where it goes. It's fun, and challenging and
And
exciting.
it's like you said, when the light bulbs go off,
Right.
That's just such a good feeling.
And you know, I can also tell when I'm talking about, you know, solfege and someone's eyes glaze over. You know, that's totally fair. I totally get it. You know, it's not. I am excited about these things.
But your excitement must be contagious.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. I like to think that I'm
Contagious?
that I'm making other people.
There is a enthusiastic teaching persona that I take on too.
Yeah, right. I mean,
When you're in a lesson, I'm excited about what it is you're working on.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's not just a persona, it's more of an aspect of self.
It's
an
really
extension
true.
of-
It's not fake. It's like, oh, you want to play music and ask questions about music theory? I'm totally ready for this.
I am so ready.
This is cool. This is where I want to be.
Yeah,
And my eyes glaze over.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. You know, there are people who talk to me about music concepts that I haven't really had to deal with. Then my eyes glaze. You know, so I totally there's levels to it, but.
Well, somebody says like a Mixolydian scale or a Pixolydian scale or a wackadoodle scale.
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely had to start explaining modes to somebody.
That's another one.
Yes, it is. I definitely had to do that the other day.
I don't know what they mean.
I won't go into it because that's all we'll talk about for the rest of it.
Phrygian. Please go in the refrigerator and get me a Coke, please. Thank you.
No, because I was teaching someone an Irish fiddle tune that was like not in a normal major scale, and that's what he had been playing up to that point. And it was like, oh, cool, I get to explain why this note is different than it normally would be if you were playing in the key of D in like a normal, you know, classical piece or something. Cool. And then, you know,
I only remember two different scales. One's the blues scale, and the other one I remember.
Yep. Let's go. Yeah.
But you know, I probably have to go back to lessons again at some point. But moving on. I mean, I'm dangerous enough to be able to write my own music for my lyrics.
That's awesome.
And so that's really what I wanted.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. I think if you have specific sort of an idea of, okay, this is what I want to be able to do, it's a lot easier to learn. I find that when I it depends on the student, but when I'm teaching someone, you know, okay, here's like all these different exercises that you can do, sometimes that works for them, and sometimes I have to be like, okay, here's a song that uses this scale or this particular amount of string crossings or this picking pattern on the guitar, and we're gonna learn it because you're playing the song. We're not gonna like drill the picking pattern,
right?
And we will,
but have
through
meaning.
the song, and then they'll be able to apply it rather than, you know, only doing, okay, you're gonna shed this scale or you're gonna repeat this picking pattern a million times. You will, but part of that time we're gonna apply it to a song that you want to learn so that you actually, there's progress in, because you know we're always making progress no matter what, but sometimes, especially for young people, I find that it's hard for them to see it going up.
Well, see the contexts too.
Right.
Andy taught me the 12-bar blues scale, so I immediately wrote a song so I could practice it.
There you go. Exactly. Yeah.
12-bar blues.
Yep. It's great. Why not?
Speaking of 12-bar blues, why don't you play one of your instruments now? So are you going to do violin or guitar?
I don't know. What should I do?
Well, you have two choices.
I know. I have no
so are you going to play that with the guitar?
Yes. There's somewhere on Facebook or something, there's a video of me and Billy goofing off, and I'm like playing his guitar with my bow, and he's like picking my violin with his pick, and it's great. I don't know where that is, but it doesn't really work because it's like
flat.
It's flat. Oh, and I got rosin on my strings. That was dumb. Okay.
Well, no, it was at my instigation.
I didn't have to do the thing.
Well, that's true.
Of course, I didn't clean my violin after my gig yesterday, so it looks wonderful and rosiny.
Well, I like the look of used equipment. I mean, look at this. 3 years ago at a farmer's market, I sweat on this. I can't clean it off.
Yep. Yeah, it's... I need new strings.
Okay. It's a good song. I've heard that one.
That instrument has a nice mellow sound.
What I love about this one, so...
is it a carbon fiber?
It is indeed.
Wow.
So, okay, backstory. I have tiny hands and short arms. I don't know if that's evident on the video, but it's a thing.
It is because I'm not very tall.
It is funny, though, because when I sit down, it's not quite as apparent that I'm short, because it's mostly my short legs. But, so I've basically since high school, I've played a 3/4 size instrument, which normally doesn't have as rich, as full, as big a sound as a full-size instrument. And that was part of the issue when I injured myself, was just like, okay, I'm competing with instruments that are big
and louder.
Yes, and what do I do with that? And I have been playing a lot more outside lately in the last 5 years, 10 years, and so having an instrument that was a little bit better at withstanding temperature and humidity and stuff was the point of this. But it also, there's something very, I don't know why, but it is brighter and thanks. The other day I played violin with a cat in my lap, so I'm used to all right, we'll just work around you.
I often have a dog lying on me.
That doesn't, very lovely, doesn't really help.
No.
But I really like, somehow it's got a nice bright sound, but it's not twangy or too bright, and it still sounds very, and what I like about it is I've been able to, when I plug it in, I have a Fishman preamp, I've gotten it so that generally it sounds pretty much acoustic as it's being
like a regular Fishman.
Yep, I have that same amp. Yep, but I have a little preamp.
Yeah.
But I also have that amp. Yes.
Do you use them together?
Sometimes I tend to use the amp when I'm playing the guitar more, but yeah, sometimes it depends. It depends on if whoever I'm playing with has a mixer that will accommodate all of our crazy instrument switches. Decent. No, not decent. The other thing that happened recently is that my bridge collapsed. That was super exciting. And I think since then everything's been a little wonky, so I might have to go talk to somebody who knows more about bridges and be like, did I break this?
The other bridge was different somehow. It was maybe shorter or had deeper grooves, or the new bridge changed something.
Well, no, this is the same bridge. I put it back up.
Okay.
But
it's maybe not in the same place.
Exactly.
Or something.
That's my thing, and I'm like, I don't know where it was. It collapsed during a sound check, and so I was hastily, oh no, put it back up. So I think I need to
It really affects the intonation if it gets moved.
Well, it really affects the intonation. It really affects my pickup is it's tucked in to the bridge, and so sometimes there'll just be like a random buzz now, which is so great. Love that.
Wait, certain
sarcasm.
You'll never ever hear me use sarcasm. Yeah, it's a little like there's like a curve going on, and I don't know what. I'm just gonna keep playing it and hope for the best. No, I'm gonna find out what's wrong. But yeah, I've had this since 22. Yes.
Cool. So do you compose music for violin, or do you play strictly classical?
I do still play some classical. I mostly now end up doing like folky fiddle stuff. That's generally what it's turned into. My dad likes to say that he corrupted me because I played classical for years and years, and I still really, really love it. I'm on the lookout for people to play chamber music with, because it's my favorite. But mostly now I end up playing fiddle, and so I've written a couple of fiddle tunes. I'll play one of those, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah. This is one that Billy actually wrote with me, because I had the A part to a fiddle tune rattling around in my brain for like a year, and then just on a whim, I said to Billy, who does not play the fiddle, "Hey, you want to write the B part to this fiddle tune?" And he said, "Okay," and then wrote a great B part. And I think if he put his mind to it, he could absolutely play the fiddle.
Wow, yeah.
He sent me a video of him sort of scratching out the B part to the tune, and I was like, I really don't have to fix that much of what you're doing. So, if you want to know how to play the fiddle, let's do it. I do. I do. I know a few, myself included. So, let's do it. So this is a hybrid tune by A part by me, B part by Billy King. And we called it Georgie's Jig after one of my kittens. Decent. Okay. I never know how to sit for violin stuff. I'm trying not to set a bad example to all my students.
Do you need to stand?
No, I don't.
Okay.
This is fine.
So we can adjust the cameras.
No, I mostly I'm just like, let's make sure that what happens when I sit in chairs is that my feet don't touch the ground. So it's exciting. Short legs. Okay. Am I gonna mess with your microphone levels?
No, it'll be good.
Loud. Okay. Both. No. Yeah, I have no idea where that came from.
It's a cool song.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
It was fun to.
Well, it's also fun to collaborate.
Well, and I don't. Billy and I have written a couple things together now, but mostly I end up writing on my own. So it's always fun when. But he also. Love him. He works so fast.
Right.
And just is like, the creativity just pours out of him.
Yeah.
And so sometimes I have to...
You gotta say, wait a minute, wait.
I have to okay, hold on. But that's also, it's good for me because I tend to overthink it and sort of freeze and be like, oh, it has to be perfect. And he's just like, no, let's put it out. This is the verse. We got the verse in 5 minutes. We got the rhyme. Everything's great. And I'm like, ah!
But what is perfect?
That's the thing. I'm so good at helping my students not worry about perfection. And then my own little brain is like, no, it has to be great all the time.
It's got to be epic every time.
Every time. And it's like, that's not how anything works. And I know that because I tell my students that all the time. You know, a couple of years ago, one of my students was having trouble with one of his students and kept making mistakes when he would play it, and he was sort of beating himself up about it, and he looked shocked when I explained that I too make mistakes during concerts.
What?
Shocking. You know, and it's just like, of course no one's gonna be perfect. You can't.
You just hide them well.
Exactly.
Well, you repeat it and call it jazz.
Or that works too.
Yeah.
I have done both. Or you don't hide it and you say, that was exciting, let's do that again. Also done that. Yeah, I mean, I think the funny thing about mistakes in concerts is those tend to be moments that people remember fondly.
Yeah.
You know, some of the best moments as an audience member in certain concerts have been, oh, clearly that person made a mistake, but the way that they played it off was great.
Yeah.
Or they made it into a funny bit, or, you know, and being able to sort of show that we're all human, we're all trying, and we're all, you know, yes, we have, you know, gotten to a certain point, but that doesn't mean we're done making mistakes.
Well,
you know,
I refer to them as learning opportunities.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I too want to be more spontaneous on stage.
Yes.
You know, when I have a partner, it's a lot easier to banter back and forth. So I'm going to sit in on a improv class tonight.
There you go.
In Adrian.
Hey,
cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, 6 o'clock.
You know, and I think it's the kind of thing that just, you know, takes some time and some willingness to sort of potentially look like a fool, you know?
I'm okay with that.
Well,
I just have to learn how to.
Right, and that's the thing. I mean,
just kidding. I know how to be a fool.
I think I always think that people are more judgmental than they actually are.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, okay, you know, yeah, I made a mistake, and we're gonna keep going, and in 10 seconds, no one will remember that happened, and that's okay. Or they will, and that's okay too.
It also humanizes a person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, you go to see a professional band that's played the same song 100 million times, and chances are they make some mistakes too.
Yeah. There's songs that I've sung for, you know, over 10 years that sometimes I just will blank on the words, and it's like, what is that? How is that possible? It's in my muscle memory, but no, it's not, you know?
I can't remember my lyrics.
I have a hard time with my own lyrics, yes.
Well, even cover tunes. I have so many words in my head. They just keep coming out.
Yep.
You know, and I've written, I don't know, this month alone, I've probably written about 4 or 5 songs.
Okay.
No, they're not perfect.
No, but
they're good enough.
Yeah. That's the thing that I need to start I'm newer to the songwriting thing. When I
Well, we have a songwriters get together once a month.
I have heard.
You've heard.
I need to start being more involved with all of them.
I know there's a ton of different ones.
I've been to a few, but
Is it the fourth Saturday?
Fourth Saturday, so it'll be on the 25th of October.
And then we're gonna have we have a kids jam.
Oh.
The second, the second Saturday of October is like the day before the Apple Lumpkin thing. So we'll probably still do it, but we have adult jam and we have kids jam now. We started to. First kids jam is going to be September 20th, and it's just in the room next door.
Nice.
So we have singer-songwriter, we have adult jam, we have a kids jam.
I sometimes pop in on the jam because I'm a student of Andy's, so. But sometimes I'm playing farmers markets.
Right.
Which I think I might have one, maybe two more this season. So I'll have my Saturdays free.
Yeah.
Yay.
It's starting to be chilly out there.
I know, and right now I like it.
Right. Yes.
If it drops any more, I don't know.
I know.
You're welcome to get here.
Do you want to go ahead and play some guitar now for us?
Sure.
That was great, by the way. What was the name of that fiddle song?
It's called Georgie's Jig.
Georgie's Jig, and it's about a kitten.
She, I'm trying to remember. I think she had just passed away when I wrote it.
Do you want this amplified?
Whoops. Yes, please. Let's see. I don't know what to play,
You
but
want to check the volume? I can put some delay on it.
I just tuned this. What do you mean it's out of tune? It's the weather. And also I haven't played it in a couple of days, so it's nagging me.
So are those the original tuners?
They are.
Wow.
They are. Okay, so fun fact, I have Billy King to thank for this guitar because I was looking at, come on, we tune because we care.
We do.
I've gotten better at not being apologetic about taking the time to tune, but
I'm sorry you feel that way.
your two lives are crossing over in this moment.
I only have one life.
It's true.
Yeah. I think this way, no matter where I'm at.
Right, yeah.
My voice is always this chill, no matter what.
Yeah.
Even when I'm hyped up on caffeine. But so it's great having Emily here. I've been wanting to get her on the show for since the beginning. At least 35 episodes ago. And I'm glad I finally ran into you at Hollerfest, which is an annual thing.
Yeah.
And I enjoy that. Okay, did I fill enough time?
We forgot to do today's trivia question.
Ooh.
Oh.
Last week I forgot the trivia question, but this week I have a good one.
But I also have an answer.
Okay.
Which drummer played with both the Plastic Ono Band and Yes?
And the answer is I have no idea.
Alan White.
Okay.
He's Yes's second drummer. He joined after he left the Plastic Ono Band. So, I'm a huge Yes fan.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so today's question of the day is name the number one hit song on the Billboard charts that was recorded with no instruments, vocals only.
I know that one.
Don't look it up on Google. Think back to all the songs you've ever heard and give me a song that doesn't have any instruments and only has vocals, and it's a number one hit song.
It came out in the later 80s, maybe early 90s.
I was gonna say mid 90s, but it was probably early 90s, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I have no idea.
And if you're gonna guess
think.
For the Longest Time by Billy Joel, that's a pretty good guess,
That is a
although
good
that
guess.
doesn't count because he did play a little bit of drums in that one, so it does have instruments. But that one is mostly like barbershop quartet kind of style, so
Right.
that was a good guess,
Yeah.
everybody, but that's not the...
It didn't occur to me.
That one didn't, but
Okay,
that
well.
makes sense, yeah.
The suspense is killing everyone,
Wait.
so tune in next week and I'll give you the answer.
Won't we get to have Emily play guitar?
Oh yeah, and now it's time to go back to our guest.
It was just a little break.
The tuning is finished.
Well,
Is it
It's
ever?
never finished.
it's not bad.
How's the volume?
Maybe a little more, please.
That guitar sounds great.
I was in the market for a hollow body, and Billy saw a picture of this on the Elderly Instruments Instagram page,
Elderly, yeah, great place to go to buy
Yeah.
cool instruments.
and he sent it to me, and I think I went and got it like the next day. It's a 3/4 size, which is, again, we love that for me. Because I always, whenever I am looking for a guitar, I have to take into account, okay, am I going to be doing this over the body? Is the neck going to be really, really, wide? And so I got really lucky with this one. And we're just going to roll with that, even though it's not in tune. It's fine. I can't remember if I asked you this already. Is this a situation where covers are allowed?
You can play a cover song, but if YouTube flags it as a cover
Yeah.
song, then what we do is we cut that portion
Yeah.
and it becomes its own video. And then the interview part
Yeah.
the interview part will be just, the three of us. So, yeah, if it's a cover song, we just put it on like a second video, all on its own. But that's okay, yeah, you can play a cover song.
But if you want to have an exclusive video that you can promote yourself with, then that'll work.
What we can do is we can, if it's like a famous radio song and it's on a record label that's, like Capitol Records or something, what we'll do? We'll just put it on our members only portion of the YouTube channel. Then that way it's not monetized, So there won't be any ads on it. But the only way to watch it is you join as a member for $5 and then you get your exclusive content.
Well, I am realizing that I totally could play an original, but it would involve me staring at my phone to have words.
You need a phone stand?
I could hold it.
Well, I mean, I can just do this, but is that weird if I'm doing that?
No.
Okay.
No one in the podcast world will be able to see.
That's true.
That's true. But also, no one's judging.
Yeah.
We're
The world changed.
Yep.
We used to carry around books. Remember those?
what?
I am
Those
reading.
paper things.
It's funny. I'm reading a book for the first time in quite a while.
Oh.
I normally am a Kindle person lately, but I'm
Yeah.
reading a book for the first time in a while, and it's funny how I have to sort of
Right.
if I'm
How do you sit if you're trying to lie down?
yeah, exactly, and I have to have a light on,
Yeah.
which is not a thing that I'm used to, and yeah, it's
I do a lot of audiobooks.
audiobooks are fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. This is gonna get, I don't want to say dark.
I have a lot of songs on Google Docs.
Yep. we're gonna roll with it. Is it me?
No, it's.
All right, what song are you gonna do for us?
So, I wrote this a couple of years ago. Right before the pandemic, I lived in Chicago for about 6 months, and then the pandemic hit, and I moved back. And it was a challenging time for a number of reasons. Okay, I'm not gonna worry about it being out of tune. We're doing the thing. There was some stuff going on, but I had moved there with very little knowledge of any of, like, I had some friends there, but it wasn't really a community that I was walking into that, and so when I struck up a friendship and a musical partnership with a woman who was making music in the city, I was like, great, putting all of my eggs in that basket, awesome, we're gonna be a duo, I've made it. And then it turned out to be kind of, my dad, okay, we're getting dark, sorry. My dad at one point was like, you're in an abusive relationship, do you know that? And I was like, fascinating, I did not. And he was right, but yeah, it was kind of a manipulative.
It's hard to have musical partners.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. And just the idea of, okay, I'm secure in my feelings that I have talent, and so are you, but your security seems to take shape from undermining my security.
Yeah.
And then it was like,
time to go.
Yeah. And it didn't, yeah, it wasn't good. And I don't know, I didn't set out to be like, I'm gonna write a song about this, and then it just sort of happened.
Right.
But yeah, I call this Red Line. Yesterday, your back was turned, but I would know you anyway. I stood there like a deer in the headlights, not sure what I would say, not sure what my emotion would betray if you looked my way. You linger in my head, engulf the space, like the smell of smoke on campfire clothes, a comfort out of place. Yes, once you gave me comfort, now you leave a bitter taste. I wonder if I linger in your head as a project gone to waste. The scars will fade, of pettiness I thought that I'd outgrown, but it felt like standing up to you and something of my own. The scars will fade, the bruises turn a lighter shade, but the power you display, can it ever make me so afraid again? It's true to say I miss sometimes we had the way you kissed away the doubt and the pain. I wanted to believe so bad that I forgot you were the one who worked me over and over again. I saw you on the Red Line platform yesterday. Your back was turned, but I would know you anyway. Right there and then I found I had nothing to say. So I walked away.
Wow, that's great.
Thank you.
What a great song.
Thanks.
I wouldn't change anything.
Thanks.
That was beautifully sad.
Yeah. I started thinking about, what would it mean if I, was able to
Escape.
have escape, and also, do I really want to sort of have a conversation and like hash out everything that happened, or do I just want to be like, no, I'm good.
Well, a lot of folks who seek power in a relationship will always gaslight and turn things backwards.
And that was basically exactly what was happening. And my dad, in his infinite wisdom, at one point said, okay, what would be the worst thing that would happen if you never saw her again? I was like, actually, that would be okay. Bye. It was that simple. And, it still, was a problem. And, I think it is interesting as a musician that musical partnerships and friendships can be just as fraught and just as complicated as romantic relationships.
Yeah.
I don't know, there's something very weird about bearing your soul musically with other people, and you have to have a certain level of trust, and if that doesn't work, then the quote breakup can feel just as awful as
No,
I got lucky. I met my friend Danny way back in the day, and we just jammed yesterday.
Yeah.
And you know what? There's no deadlines.
Yep.
There's no goals.
Yep.
There's no shows to play.
Yep.
There's no upcoming releases. It's just we played music and had fun.
Yeah.
And then we went home.
Yep.
And you know what? We'll probably get together and do it soon.
Yeah.
On what day? I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's fine if it happens Saturday, or if it's fine if it doesn't.
I was just talking to my dad about this because we played a gig yesterday, and there was no stress, no
pressure,
drama, no, oh, who's gonna take that solo? Oh, I have to impress whoever.
No
None
bruised
of that.
egos.
Exactly. There's none of that.
Well, you're just
with
having
them.
a family jam.
Yeah, exactly. And it's the same with Billy. We have, and my friend Jen Siggett, who I also play with. We each have our own strengths, and we acknowledge each other's strengths, and we build each other up, and it's just fun, and that's the point.
I've never met her, but I've heard of her.
She's
She
lovely.
was part of a trio.
Yep, still is. Stella?
Stella,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, no, she's great. I met her 3 years ago now.
I've had some musical partners where just directions shift and ideals shift.
Yeah.
And I end up feeling the one that was, because my knowledge of music and theory is not good. I ended up being the one that took a back seat. But then I started learning some things, and
which is not how it should be. It shouldn't be that if you don't know theory and whatever, that shouldn't be a prerequisite.
It's just about having fun. Exactly. And if you're no longer having fun, it's got to end.
Yeah.
That's it. If one of the two are unhappy,
exactly,
it's got to be done.
Yeah.
Or 3 or 4, however many.
I grew up playing with still a dear friend of mine, Jacob Warren, who plays bass, and we played in a trio with my dad for several years, and at a certain point, it was just sort of clear that he musically was going in a different direction and wanted to pursue that. And that's great. And,
I saw him backing Dave Edwards and, not Dave Edwards. He was in a duo with Shannon for a little while. Shannon Lee. This has been 10, 15 years ago.
I was going to say, really? Bill
Edwards. Thank you.
I did not know Jacob was involved in that.
Well,
that's really cool.
For a minute.
Learning new things.
I think he might have been hired.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
I feel like now he just sort of he plays the music that he wants to play with, who he wants to play with, and I play the music that I want to play, and
absolutely
we get together and have game nights with our other friends, and it's totally.
Ooh, what games do you like? Catan?
We haven't played Catan. His favorite lately, and so that we end up doing this because it ends up taking several hours. So that's the one game we play if we get together is Betrayal.
Okay.
Don't know that one.
At House on the Hill, or just called Betrayal? Betrayal at House on the Hill?
Maybe.
Okay. Does it come in like a yellow and green box, like a Mystery Mansion?
I mean, it is the Mystery Mansion situation.
Okay, yeah, that game.
And we have a lot of fun with that. He also
is pretty fun, yeah.
He also taught us all how to play Sushi Go.
Sushi Go.
Which I had Sushi Go. It's sort of like Rummy, but you have specific cards that have different little pictures of sushi. It's really cute.
You should try Pandemic, because
that
game is like either everybody wins or everybody loses. It's not a player versus player.
I was gonna say, do we have to do that?
But no, it's just like a board game where no one wins. Either everyone wins or everyone loses. And so it's a great way to, if you have guests that aren't so much into games, it's not as competitive in the way that you win and other people lose. Yeah. Either we all win or we all lose.
Interesting.
I like that idea. Yeah. I think Andy's ready to play music with you.
I was going to suggest that we try some songs together.
Let's do it. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, do you know this one? Can do just the first 2 sections of.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
That's how much I know by memory.
I was going to say I do. I know the rest of it. I don't know, but.
How fast to take it. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen.
Wait, hold on. But then it does other things. Okay. I thought I knew it.
Practice run, everybody. Now you get to see what rehearsals are like. Okay, so it's Bach and G. So, it's in 9, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Some of that.
I know not as much of it as I thought I did, but
play your best
that's
and
what's
fake the rest.
Fun. This is the kind of stuff that I like, though. It's I don't actually know what we're doing, but I I kind of like the spontaneity of, we're just jumping in. I don't
Classical jam.
Yeah.
One more time?
And it turns out,
guys.
I play like a gentle, I have to start in the higher octave because I don't have some of those notes.
Oh, I see.
I really want a 5-string fiddle.
G, F sharp,
Yeah,
G.
I don't have an F sharp down here. I would like a 5-string fiddle, but that's maybe the next thing that I.
Fidola.
Exactly. Is that an actual? Is that what they call it? I don't. They should.
I just made that up.
They should though. That makes sense. Okay.
One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
What is it?
It's
Uh-huh.
No, I have this habit of doing the Sweet Child of Mine ending for every song.
Yeah.
So you remember Bop Cello Suite? So I have Bop Cello Suite Child of Mine. How's it go?
Yeah.
Cello Suite, Child of Mine.
Yeah, as you do, of course.
I'm really impressed with you, Emily. I mean, you've got this hand going on the chords on the violin, and you've got this hand going on the chords of the guitar.
Yeah, I've thought about that. I don't know what because I'm also left-handed. But I don't play any of my instruments left-handed.
Really?
No.
Interesting.
But you can chord on your violin this way, and then you can.
I do some of that, yeah. Billy and I wrote a tune where that's like the majority of what I'm doing is.
Very cool.
Like the mandolin.
Yeah.
I should grab my mandolin and my fiddle. Maybe do one or two more short little songs. This is a $99 used mandolin, but it's okay.
It's a Gretsch, that's not bad.
I should probably go to Elderly and get myself a proper mandol, but it has a pickup and you can plug it in.
See,
that makes it worth it.
That's half the difference.
While you guys play, I'm gonna go get the managed.
Yeah, grab your instrument.
Yeah.
I'm missing a lower bottom E, but.
Okay, and then this is, my just basic old regular, I think I paid $199 used for this no-name Frank Hoffman 2003, like basic violin. But you know what? The realist pickup that I have on it, is that what you have?
No, but I used to have one of those.
It makes it,
Yeah.
like this is like you plug it in and you have a proper sound.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about it.
Yeah, I used to have one of those. That's the one where it's a eighth inch cable that you have to plug in.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Is it?
This one's a quarter
inch.
Oh no,
so yours is
guitar cord.
Yours is fancier than mine because I always had to have like a specific 1/8 inch cable that would go into mine, and it was always
mine goes right to my guitar pedal board.
Yeah, no, that's great.
So. Fiddling. Do you know this one?
that one in a hot second. I like that.
And all sort of fiddle tunes.
Of course, now that we're here, I've forgotten every fiddle tune I've ever known.
Okay, you play a fiddle tune, I'll play Mando.
Trying to think of one.
Yeah, I just can't get my fingers really comfortable
Yeah.
in those little spaces.
Which is interesting because it's like that's the best part of it for me is that the frets are so close together. My hands are so, it's really nice. Oh, I was gonna maybe even bring my.
I can hold that.
Okay, you wanna play it?
No.
Why not? You could.
Yeah, it probably needs to be tuned. But
The 12
Yeah,
strings.
why start now?
it's missing the lowest keys. But
Better.
it takes a long time to string to tune any kind of 12 string.
I should have brought some more tuners, but
Well, she has a tuner.
Maybe when I'm just making stuff up. I'm just sort of assuming that.
I didn't even think about bringing that in. I've been having trouble with my thumb.
Oh no!
Yeah, and I just got a cortisol injection, and so it's better, but just trying to play that wrecks my thumb.
yeah, mandolin kind of wrecks my thumb too, but
But if it's a 6 string, I think I could probably do it. But I don't know. Today's show has been about tuning, children, and the importance of making sure your instruments are tuned so that the audience doesn't throw rotten tomatoes at you, because that happens all the time at concerts where people bring all kinds of rotten tomatoes and rotten fruit
true.
and rotten. Are we good? Okay, I'm done.
This is crazy. Because it's like the same one I have, but it's 12 string.
you can land an airplane on that fretboard.
Exactly. Which is weird because it's like
It's very wide, but it's mandolin sized, but also 12 string. It's kind of unique, but sort of cool. Uh-oh, it's a little sharp. Okay.
Tell you what, I'll trade you that for your fiddle.
Yeah, I think maybe it's a losing battle.
I don't know, it could be because of that missing string, but I don't know. What do I know?
Let's play a fiddle song.
I know that one, yeah.
That one. Thank you. Good night.
Hey. Nice. I haven't played that one.
It's always fun just to jam in D.
True.
Well, I think this has been great.
Yeah.
And this has been Studio C, the listening room.
Woo.
And I've been Michael Snyder Barker all day today.
Yeah.
And I've been Andy Schiller,
And we have our special guest,
Yeah.
Emily Slomovitz.
the best guest we've had all day.
Thank you. Honored. Thanks for having me. This
And
is
it's
fun.
been episode 35.
35.
That's awesome.
You know, maybe next year, once we hit episode 52, and we do year 2, season 2, we could always go back through the list and have everybody again to see where they're at.
We could. And the weird thing is I know so many more people that I can ask.
Yeah.
I mean, there's this great community of musicians with Ann Arbor at the center, but
yeah,
you know, within a 25-mile radius.
Yeah. It's a small world.
I know.
In the Michigan music scene.
And there are those of you who make a living, and those of us who don't.
And then there's everybody out there who's listening, and so thanks everybody for tuning in.
Yes, thank you.
And be sure to do the thing and drop
Like
some
and
cash
subscribe,
if you
and
want to.
leave us a $1 or $2 for coffee down below. We'll put the link, and can't wait to see you again in episode 36.
Yay.
Peace.
Bye bye.